Hi boys, and welcome to Friday, March 26th. This month has flown by so fast. It's the last Friday in March. When we come back next week, we're going to have a few days of March, and then we're going to start in celebrating April, and we're going to jump right into Easter because Easter is pretty soon. So let's start our day in prayer, and then we'll go over all the fun things we have to do today. 2 little eyes to look to God, 2 little ears to hear his word, 2 little feet to walk in his way, hands to serve him all of my day. Amen. All right, so let's jump into this day. We're going to continue to remember the letter of the week, Q, and we're going to design our own quilt today. We're going to design our own quilt today. Quilt's like a bedspread or a fancy blanket. So we're going to do that today for the letter Q. We have a painting page or a coloring page that continues as we talk about the weather, that crazy March weather. We have our friend out here and she's got her umbrella. The rain's coming down, and as you can see by the way the plants are folded over, it is windy. So this can be a coloring page or a painting page. We're going to read a book about spring. We're going to do a rainbow, make a rainbow, and then we're going to find some things on the bottom here that we would wear in on a rainy day. And then I just ordered quite a few new books, and one of the books that I ordered is called The Bad Seed. So I don't know whether you have this book or not, but a couple of your friends in class, when I was asking them about ordering books, they picked this. So we're going to read this, and I hope it's good. I haven't read that yet. Remember, today is Friday, so your whole week should be filled. What kind of weather did we see this week? I think we saw a little bit of everything. We saw definitely beautiful days that we could play outside, and it was warm, and then we saw some rain showers. So we had our share of different kinds of weather. So remember to complete that today. All right, so let's jump in, and I'm just going to go over this real quick. This painting or coloring page, I'd like you to paint. I just think painting helps those big boy fingers develop. So we're going to take our construction paper and we're going to put circles on the corners and in the middle. Not a lot, just a dot. Okay, and then we're going to glue our paper on. And then we'll take our watercolors and we'll we'll paint this picture. And you can do that during your coloring time. You don't have to do that now. All right, this page, this make a rainbow is super fun. There's something stuck on the back here. We're going to put our name on the top. And then it says, sometimes you can see a rainbow after it rains. Use the colors to connect the dots and say the colors of the rainbow. So it looks like we're starting with the color red. So we're just going to connect these dots. I'm just going to do a little of one so you get what we're doing. You're going to connect those dots all the way around with the color red. And we're going to take our time, and there's our first color of the rainbow. And it looks like the second color that they're asking us to do is orange. So we're going to connect those orange dots. And we're going to do that all the way around. All right, and the next color, it's a little hard to see because it's light, but it's orange. It's yellow. After orange. We're going to put yellow in after orange. All right, and then it looks like our next color is green. Green, we love you. Yes, we do. You're the color of grass, the trees, and lettuce too. We have our green. Next color is blue or indigo, as your friend Abby tells me all the time when we're doing the rainbow. It's not blue, Miss Sheila, it's indigo. I'm gonna go with blue though, boys. But she is right. In a true rainbow, there's a light blue and a darker blue, but here's my blue. And we're gonna end up with, again, being corrected. I say purple, she says violet. Abby is definitely a professional when it comes to beautiful rainbows. All right, and that's what your rainbow is gonna look like when you follow the lines. And if you want, you can go back and make your lines a little thicker and kind of connect them to make a more solid or a more bright rainbow. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay. And you can keep working your way up, build the blue up, build the green up, just like that. All right, and then the bottom of this worksheet, it says, what would we need for a rainy day? Would we need an umbrella? Would we need flip-flops? Would we need a raincoat? Would we need sunglasses? Would we need rain boots or a rain hat? So you decide and circle what we need. Rain hat, rain boots, sunglasses, a raincoat, flip-flops, or an umbrella. So you go and decide what we would need on a rainy day. All right, so spring, and the reason I picked this is because look at this weather. Our friend here, you can see the rain coming down. She's got a raincoat on and she's holding a big umbrella. And it says, seasons of the year, this is spring. Let's see what's going on in spring. Spring weather, it becomes warm out. Now we know not every day, but we do have some beautiful days in the spring. And the rain falls, and the rain falls a ton because it's watering those plants that have been asleep all winter to wake them up and help them grow. Rain makes puddles, and oh boy, does this friend love to get wet and splash in puddles. Birds fly. The winter birds, the ones that fly south, are all coming home now because it's warmer. The birds come back, and that wind helps the birds come back, and it also lets us fly our kites, our fun kites in the park or the backyard. And we dig and we plant in the spring. We always talk about new life in the spring. Baby chicks are born, baby squirrels, rabbits, but we also plant, so new plant life begins. Corn grows. We start planting that in the spring so we can enjoy it all summer long. And she's saying, look at this garden. Look at all the things that I'm going to grow in the summer. I'm going to start planting them in the spring. And I know that your mom and dad do that. So I'm sure that between making candles, you are putting little seeds in cups and starting them inside before they get transferred outside. But just some things we talked about. The birds use that breeze. They use that wind to help them fly back. It kind of gives them an extra boost. We start planting our gardens. We're getting our gardens ready. We're outside more. We're watching the clouds move. We're flying kites and watching them in the air, in the sky. It's so much fun. And they're all things that we do in the spring. All right, so our quilt, our cue for quilt. This is a picture of a bed, okay? And there's your soft pillow. And then this is the start of a quilt. And a quilt is a cue word. Here's our uppercase, and there's our lowercase. So I thought it would be fun. We could use markers, we could use crayons, or I gave you squares of tissue papers. So however you want to do this, I had, boys, I have to tell you, this is super duper old. So even some of the pieces have fallen off. I think Miss Sheila needs to redo this. But when I did it, I painted it And then I had like little pom-poms here, and I had a couple plastic buttons that I added on. So you can design it any way that you want because it's your quilt. So you could even write your name right on the block that's empty. So it could look like this, or it could look like this. It could look like this, or it could look like this. Or you could write it on your pillow, or you could write your favorite character on your pillow, or you could write, you could really do anything that you wanted to do. You could do all your favorite things. If you like snakes, this zigzag kind of reminds me of a snake. So if you would like a friendly little snake, you could color these green for our friendly little snake. Okay, if you like the ocean, you like swimming in the ocean or in your pool, you could make these more wavy than zigzag and color that in, and that could be a square of the quilt for summer fun in the pool or in the ocean. All right, so it's your creation. You can do anything you want with this. This could be a soccer field. You could decide, you could put goals on either side, like this. This could be a goal, this could be a goal. And then you could have the soccer ball in the middle. If you wanted to make it these baseballs, you could make them baseballs. I'm just trying to think of the things that you like to do, you and your brothers like to do. All right, so that is going to be your quilt. And when you make a quilt, all of these squares are sewn together. They're small squares. They could look they could even be this size. Picture your whole alphabet, upper and lower case. And then each of these are decorated with a different kind of fabric. You could have a theme, or you could just have, I have a quilt at home that my mom made me, and it's all of Madeline and Matthew's baby clothes. She took them and she cut them out and she made me a quilt with them. But it could be anything. But a quilt is put together with squares, and you're sewing them together, and your quilt is getting bigger and bigger. So you start out with a row, and then you add more to that row, then you start another row, and then you have a beautiful quilt on your bed. Matthew has one that's all baseball, and Madeline has one that's all different kinds of flowers. So this is going to be your quilt. All right, very good job. Now, let's hop over to our bad seed. Let's see what this book's about. I really don't know. I hope we like it. Oh, he doesn't look very friendly. Okay. I'm a bad seed. I'm a bad seed. Ooh, he looks it. Oh yeah, it's true. The other seeds, they look at me and say, that is one bad seed. When they think I'm not listening, they mumble, there goes that bad seed. But I can hear them. I have good hearing for a seed. You really want to know? How bad I am? Well, I never put things back where they belong. I'm late for everything. I tell long jokes with no punchlines. I never wash my hands or my feet. I lie about pointless things. And I cut in line every chance I get. I stare at everybody. I glare at everybody. I finish everybody's sentence. I never listen. And I do lots of other bad things too. You know why? Well, because I'm a bad seed. I'm a very bad seed. I just can't help it. Sure, I wasn't always this bad. I was born a humble seed on a simple sunflower in an unremarkable field. I had a big family, seeds everywhere. We found ways of having fun, and we were very close. But then the petals dropped, and our flower drooped. It was kind of a blur. I remember a bag. Everything went dark. And then a giant. I thought I was a goner. I thought I was done for. I screamed, I hollered, ah! But I was spit out at the last second. I flew through the air. I landed under the bleachers with a huge thug. And when I woke up, it was dark outside. A wad of gum had softened my fall. I felt okay, but something had changed me. I'd become a different seed entirely. I became a bad seed. A bad seed. That's right, I stopped smiling. I kept to myself. I drifted. I was friend to no one and bad to everyone. I lost on purpose. I lived inside a soda can, and I didn't care. It suited me. Until recently, I've made a bad decision. I made a big decision. I decided I don't want to be a bad seed anymore. I'm ready to be happy. It's hard to be good when you're so used to being bad, but I'm trying. I'm taking it one day at a time. Sure, I still forget to listen. I still show up late sometimes. And I still like talking during movies. And I do all kinds of other bad stuff, but I also say thank you. And I say please, and I smile, and I hold the door open for people. Well, not always, but sometimes I do. And even though I still feel bad sometimes, I also feel kind of good. It's a sort of a mix. All I can do is keep trying and keep thinking, maybe I'm not such a bad seed after all. Hey, look, there goes the bad seed. Actually, he's not so bad anymore. I heard that. The end. I like that book. I hope that you enjoyed it too. All right, boys. Well, that's it for Friday, March 26th. And it's almost it for the month of March, which is crazy. We're going to be in April. We're going to talk about Easter. And we're going to have so much fun. Have a great weekend. I hope it's a little bit warm so you can get outside and play a little. And I'll see you next week. New letter, new week, new excitement. I love you, boys. I'll see you Monday.